Success is an interesting topic because it speaks to achievement, but that's a macro view of success. It doesn't really tell us what success is in detail or even give us specific examples. Success is so open to interpretation depending on the circumstances. Almost anything can be considered a success, especially when the parameters of success aren't necessarily defined or even identified. We all mostly understand success in broad terms, but what about your personal definition of success? I am always fascinated by individual answers to the question of what success means. The answers often run the gamut from small wins to audacious victories and include everything in between. And you can learn a lot about a person's value system based on the answer that they give you. But also, the answer is subject to change without notice. But that doesn't make one or the other a better answer or somehow more right. It just means that personal definitions of success are given to time and tide, as the saying goes. Ask a 20-year-old what their definition of success is, then ask them again when they're 30 or even 40. The response is almost assuredly different, decade to decade, year to year. As it should be if the person either achieved the success that they were seeking in the first place, or if their value system changed in the interim between one goal to the next. Maybe both things happened, and the success achieved feels less fulfilling than what was expected. As Mr. Spock so eloquently put it,
after a time, you may find that having is not so pleasing a thing after all as wanting.
Philosophically, that leads one to the idea that maybe success is having what you want and wanting what you have, which I admit is close to what my personal definition of success is. But before I tell you exactly what my personal definition of success is, I want to share the opinions of some other folks. I reached out to some friends with YouTube channels and I asked them what their opinion on this topic was, because I truly believe that hearing a variety of answers about what a personal definition of success is will help somebody who is still trying to clarify their own personal definition. And in that shared experience, maybe you might come to a personal definition of success that will not only serve you now, but grow and mature with you as you grow and mature. To that end, let's see how my friends define success.
If I'm able to help other people do work that actually inspires me, fight for something that's bigger than myself, and have meaningful, close relationships in my life, I consider that a resounding success. It's scary sometimes choosing the path that inspires you because oftentimes it doesn't make sense to other people. It might not be the most practical, might not make the most money. It probably has 100 times, 1,000 times more risk than other paths. But at the end of the day, I want to be able to look myself in the mirror, get inspired by where I'm headed, and be able to help people in the way I want to. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of twists and turns trying to stay true to that line of success, but you know, if I'm not doing that, like seriously, what's the point?
Ryan, my definition of success is achieving happiness and fulfillment. And how to find happiness and fulfillment is by maintaining balance. Don't work your ass off, but also get off your ass. Now this will sound controversial, but our lives are much too safe and secure, and I think we often take that for granted. So don't forget to take yourself out of the comfort zone once in a while. Eat healthy, but don't forget about that occasional bacon cheeseburger. All the motivational videos and posters and sayings about, giving it your best, doing your hardest, and giving it 110%, fuck that. Any successful entrepreneur or artist will tell you to just give 10 to 15 minutes a day. By doing so, you learn to enjoy the process and enjoy the progress. On a daily basis, your progress will almost be immeasurable. But in 6 months, and probably the most important thing is to socialize, okay? I'm not saying to be around people all the time. That'll make you crazy. But I'm also saying don't be alone all the time either. You will make yourself crazy. In conclusion, question yourself all the time. Am I doing too much of this? Am I doing too little of that? Try to look outside of yourself. I believe you will lead a successful life by maintaining balance in everything you do.
Hey Ryan, thanks so much for the opportunity to be here and share my thoughts about this. For me, success is so much more about contentment and about connection. That I see success when it's described in these wispy terms, when it's this far off, huge number, this ability to accomplish something. But when it's not defined, I see it just eating people up, consuming people, making them lose all joy in life. And I think there has to be an amount of contentedness to truly be successful and to be happy about the success that you have as you maybe push forward for something bigger. Because if you're not happy with a little, you can't be happy with a lot. I mean, we've all heard the stories about people who've won the lottery. Being able to have what you have and to see that it's enough. If you have the ability to say, I have enough food, I have health, I have a place to sleep, I have air to breathe, and you can't be content with that, you're not going to be content with having more than you need. That's my thoughts. I mean, I don't confess to be the guru of the universe. I've never had a lot in my life. I've lived very simply for many years, and we still live pretty simply, but we have enough.
What defines success for me? Well, first off, I believe that success is a constant journey and not a distinct destination. But when it comes down to it, success for me is divided into 3 distinct segments: financial, creative, and lifestyle. Financial meaning financial stability and having complete control over my time and being able to earn a certain amount of money doing what I enjoy doing without feeling that I have to work more than I realistically want to. Creative meaning creative freedom and being able to do something and work as much as I want to, but also having the freedom to make decisions and see my creative vision come to fruition. And finally, lifestyle, as in lifestyle design, prioritizing family, loved ones, health, and hobbies, and arranging those things ahead of anything to do with work. Because more important than anything else, a healthy lifestyle is the most important thing.
What's success? Success? I don't need $1 million in the bank. Oh wait, what? Success isn't just money? So what is it? I think that I think about success from a couple different perspectives. One, it can be very much a task, checkmark kind of thing. I am successful if I complete this project. I'm making a kid's book. This is a long-term project. So that was a challenge for me. I don't like to focus that long. So actually getting that done is a huge check mark. And then there's the other perspective where it's not contingent upon the circumstance. It would be more virtue-based, love, joy. If I can be patient, no matter what the circumstance is, it could be chaos around me. If I can be patient in that, I think that's successful. Even being a dad, you know what? That's a success. I never knew I could do that, but then I jump into it and I don't do it perfectly, but I do it and I connect with my kids. My success can be transferred to whether a kid feels supported and encouraged to work through a problem or take those training wheels off their bike. So as a dad, their successes can become my success. I think success for me is also overcoming my individualism and realizing life isn't all about me. There's good in the collective. Encouraging others to be the best they can be, to laugh, to take a break, to pause. Taking the pause in life to really have gratitude and appreciate it for what it is and not get caught up in the whirlwind of everything and everyone. Being able to do that and share life with others, I think that's a success. So in the grand scheme of things, you bet I hope I'm successful. Not in the way I hope I'm the richest person in the world, but in the way that I hope I can pour into these areas of life that my heart thinks matter. And then you mash them up into a big ball of Play-Doh. And then you play basketball with the neighbor kid. Maybe that's success.
Thank you so much for sharing your personal definitions of success with us. It's very much appreciated. I hope that those of you still watching this video will check out their channel and support them for supporting me. Speaking of which, it's my turn to tell you my definition of success. My personal definition of success is, quite simply, the absence of want. Because when I don't want for anything, I know that I am probably the most successful version of me that I can be.